Hello, sports fans. It's Friday, January 10th. Welcome to Cleats by Dre. I'm Dre. Let's talk some sports. Folks, Notre Dame 27, Penn State 24 in the Orange Bowl. This is a rapid reaction. I'm not spending much time gathering my thoughts. I just got back from the bar. I had a couple. Grabbed a slice of pizza off the counter. I'm ready to go. I'm going to grip it and rip it. We're going to do a top 10. Top 10 players most responsible for Notre Dame's win today. Then I'll gather my thoughts. And then I'll come with you with some real analysis. Because I'm just in the fields right now. I'm in the emotions. It's not often a team moves you like this Notre Dame team moves you and motivates you. I know I'm lucky. I had a run with the New York Mets in the fall that I probably said the same words. This is a different sport. This is a different situation completely. But I did get deja vu. And it came in the replays, not live. When Mitch Jeter's 40-some-odd yard field goal kind of went right and was looking right, and then it just kind of whooshed to the left. That brought back memories of another great football team that came together against all odds. In the New York area, you know who I'm talking about. Probably the best team, the best run I've ever seen. The 2007-2008 New York Giants. And I thought of Lawrence Tynes' field goal in Green Bay, also in a semifinal game, in overtime, a game winner, went right down the right, and then whoosh to the middle. Lots of parallels. This Notre Dame team and that Giants team. Tough. Everyone contributes. Actually, that team upset the Cowboys the round before. Some thought a better team than the Packers. Notre Dame upset Georgia. Some thought a better team than Penn State, but still, a hard-fought game. You know who those Giants had next? They had the undefeated Patriots, and they won the Super Bowl. Up ahead for Notre Dame, whether it's Texas or Ohio State, they're not going to be favored. And Ohio State, I saw, would be a 9.5-point favorite. We're talking Patriots territory. The parallels are there. Don't you love when sports makes you feel something? Isn't that why we get involved? Deja vu. My encyclopedic memory brought me there. But let's talk about this win. As I said, I was at the bar. I had a pizza. I'm gripping it and ripping it. I do it very simple. My top 10 players. No, not players. I'll give you a hint. Top 10 people responsible for this win. This incredible win by the Irish. Number 10, we'll go in descending order, is the Italian stallion himself from New Jersey, the backup quarterback, Steve Angeli. Notre Dame was on fumes in the first half. Nothing going on offense, even less going on defense with that last drive by Penn State. But we knew Notre Dame could be a middle 4 minutes team, right? Last 2 minutes of the first half, first 2 minutes of the second half. But Riley gets knocked out, and Riley really wasn't too effective yet. I knew all along, all year, Steve Angeli, when he comes in the bowl game last year, he has touch. He can make some passes. And he was the right kind of changeup that Penn State wasn't quite ready for. Thank God, you take the bad with the good sometimes. He had that strip sack. I believe it's Tosh Baker, another backup, by the way. Jumped on the ball, not jumped on it, wrestled it away. I don't know how we got that ball back. But Angeli did just enough to kind of open up the pass offense. Maybe he gave some stuff for Denbrock to kind of think about in the second half. We get that field goal, 10-3. That's a big deal. Angeli, he's the guy that rose up when Notre Dame was at its darkest hour. He gets the 10 slot. The number 9 slot also goes to an unsung hero. There's a theme here, folks. How about our third string running back, Aeneas Williams? A guy that's been unsung all year, right? He's been third down back. More and more, he gets more and more carries. It's been the Love and Price show. But this is why this team has the nickname, this running back room has the nickname with Riley too, the Stallions, right? Because it's not just Love, it's not just Price, it's not just Riley. Aeneas Williams comes out in the start of the second half. Great call by Denbrock. They split him out wide to the right. He beats the linebacker on him for a 40-yard gain. Notre Dame's here, right? They're here. They're driving. Then he takes a run down to the goal line. Aeneas Williams had 5 catches for 66 yards in this game. Second leading receiver. This guy's solid. When I see him in, I'm never like, oh, our third string running back. He's a solid. He's a player. Notre Dame's got a good one. Hails from Missouri. How about the pipeline from Missouri running backs? Not just Love and Williams. Think back to Kyron Williams. Incredible momentum swinging, just solidness from Aeneas Williams at number 9. Number 8 is our starting running back, Jeremiah Love. And my note as I was watching the game was just, Love has heart. That's it. He knew before the game he wouldn't have his explosiveness, but he said it himself. I don't need to be 100% to be effective. And, it's not just the 11 carries for 45 yards. It's that touchdown. That was a 2-yard touchdown run, but, geez, felt like he was going against the 300 soldiers from Troy. No, I have that reference wrong somehow. 300 with the Spartans against the Greeks. We don't need to do mythology right now, but you guys know the run I'm talking about, where he just wouldn't go down, and he was tough. And that's the kind of run, that's the kind of effort this team puts in that just makes you believe in something bigger. What I love about Love, he threw in a hurdle for us too. A different run, 2-yard hurdle. Love those hurdles, man. But he's a baller. He's a gamer. That was big. That energized the team. Number 7, I'm not going in order. I'm going in order of who I think was most important, but not chronologically. And this is where I slide our kicker, Mitch Jeter. A nails kick, no doubt. The game-winning kick. He has been money. He was so money that I was calmly okay with how we were running out the clock with a 50 plus yard kick. Luckily, some of the folks I was watching with called it out. We're like, hey, let's pass, and they called a great third down pass to make it a little more manageable. But Mitch Jeter, big time kicks. You saw it in the Sugar Bowl. Wow, needed that. Number 6, where'd that come from? Jaden Greathouse. My notes say Greenhouse. Jaden Greathouse is his name. And the game of his career so far. 7 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. We've seen glimpses. We've also seen some really bad drops. Remember NIU? But this guy, in a room with all these transfer wide receivers, kudos to him for sticking around after last year when the whole room transferred from last year. But Greathouse was great, even before the 55-yard catch. And are you kidding me with the way he broke those cornerbacks' ankles and then veered from the safety covering? That was a game-breaking play. 7 for 105 and a touchdown. He maybe should be our offensive MVP. The next guy I have, I guess he's Notre Dame's highest rated offensive guy on this list, but great from Greathouse. And that's going to number 5 is Riley Leonard, who, you've heard me talk about it before. It's not always going to be pretty, but it's going to be winning football with this guy. We've learned that at this point. Far from perfect. Some bad interceptions. He was rattled. His legs weren't as great because kudos to Penn State. They were ready for it. But always just enough. Always just finding enough, right? A couple clutch drives at the end. That Greathouse drive on the long pass. getting them into the shape of the field goal, the drive before that, tough as nails. This is our quarterback. Give him all the Mary Catherines and Mary Claires and whatever he wants. That's our quarterback. As good as Angeli looked too, this team's in the ride of the Riley or not. And what's funny is now I'm going to be a little bit of a pest because actually I have the other quarterback as number 4 because absolutely Drew Aller. And what I'll say is, as good as Penn State's run game was, which it was really good, and coming to the game, I was like, I take Love and Price over Singleton and Allen. And I'm not even gonna make a comparison here, but Nicholas Singleton was damn good. He was elusive. He was tough. The Allen kid is a tough runner. I see both those guys playing in the pros. As good as that run game was, and as good as Tyler Warren was as a beast, Drew Aller was bad. And throwing the fact that bailed out from that underthrown, terrible red zone interception with that, really bad PI call. We won't debate that here. Even before the last interception of the game, when you just can't do that, he was bad, inaccurate, hassled. I was actually most afraid when he would scramble. He just comes across as a boy, and what is he, 20, 21 years old? Maybe he is a boy. And maybe boys can't win championships in college football as a quarterback. But gosh, did he kill any draft stock, any chances he had this year? I tweeted out, welcome to the New York Giants based on the Giants' luck. But come back next year, Aller. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But you are the 4th reason why Notre Dame won this game. And the 3rd reason, I guess it's the only defensive player I have on this list. I mean, Notre Dame's defense overall, it was a challenge. I mean, we were just getting pushed around at the line. Definitely in the first half, a couple of drives in the second half. The team looked a little gassed, and I give the Penn State offensive coordinator credit. I think Pete Sampson might have picked up on this from The Athletic. They did a lot of hurry up, right? And the hurry up was not letting Golden, because Golden could call a great game, Notre Dame defensive coordinator, not letting him make adjustments. And so that's what was happening. And, Notre Dame did just enough to kind of find some spots in the second half, but none bigger than Christian Gray, who's our 3rd most important, person as to why Notre Dame won this game. The cornerbacks overall, right, dominated Penn State's wide receivers. Penn State's wide receivers didn't have a single catch. And you know what? The same thing happened against Ohio State, if I looked at the box score. I don't know if they didn't have a single catch, but against Ohio State, Penn State, it was the Warren show, and Singleton had 6 catches. So that became one of the biggest mismatches on the field, and you saw it with Gray catching that errant interception from Aller that really sewed up the game. And kudos for Gray, because he's had his ups and downs this year. Lots of ups, though. Outside of USC, lots of ups. And just a tough kid. Holy cow. Numbers 1 and 2 were close. But I won't be a pest, and I'll put this guy at number 2. It's James Franklin, the Penn State head coach. And look, what's with the Big Ten, the bravado of their head coaches in the press conference? We had Kurt Signetti of Indiana a couple of weeks ago. We don't just beat the team; we beat the shit out of them. Franklin in his press conference with Marcus Freeman asking him how old he is. The most passive aggressive, try to little brother him. Oh, I understand it now. I haven't watched a lot of Penn State football, but I've heard about how this guy can't win the big game, and how soft was he. It starts early on, settling for that field goal on 4th and 2, when you know you have the advantage at the line, sacrificing 4 points in a game as tight as this, and then I think it was 4th and 2. Near midfield in the 4th quarter, one of the drives, Freeman goes for it there. And he gives he passes on to his team just to play soft, and you know, this is it. 10-win Franklin. This is one of the reasons why I picked Notre Dame to win the program and the coach matchup, and he'll have to live with this now. But number one, of course, you know who it is. It's my guy Marcus Freeman, my guy in the white pants. I don't know what else to say about this guy at this point. I did a whole podcast to him last time after Georgia. But the point with him is, I don't know. I'll go back and look at this game again and see if there wasn't anything as obvious as, the special teams, fake punt as last time. But it's just, again, every player gives their max and we get their max. Go through Notre Dame's roster. Every player you saw today, did you see anybody giving you less than what they could? No. Our left tackle, goes down. We're putting their backup grad tackle in. And Jelly comes in. Greathouse was ready for his moment. Freeman just, it's culture, guys. It's culture. What was the quote I saw? I started following the Golics on Twitter. I think Christine Golick, Mama Golick, tweeted out that Freeman at halftime, his quote was, "History is written by conquerors, and we are holding the pen." I mean, this is gladiator type stuff. This team runs through walls. Notre Dame was not the better team today. What I mean is not the more deserved. I don't know what the right words are, because I guess analytically, right? They were getting pushed around. They didn't have a running game. There was no reason Notre Dame should have won this game, but they did. That's why I picked them. A team can be greater than just the sum of its parts. When did I know we had a guy, Marcus Freeman? And I'm going to get ahead of myself, right? Just still another game. I kind of talked about it in one of the earlier podcasts earlier in the season, right? Would you rather have a head coach that has a high floor and a low ceiling, or a high ceiling and a low floor, right? We saw the high ceiling from Freeman early on, 2022. Clemson at home, right? I think we were like a 2 or 3 loss team already. Beat them down. They were undefeated, 30-0, whatever it was. We saw it last year versus USC. And Caleb Williams, the Heisman winner, he gets the boys amped up to go all the way. Yeah, sure, there might be a Northern Illinois here and there. When you're toying with guys' motivations, you might get a flat one. But we're on a heater right now, guys and gals. Misters and misses. We're on a heater. And we're one game from the national championship. And whether it's Ohio State or Texas, there's not 2013 Alabama coming through that door. What I mean is, sure, Ohio State any given game could play like that, but any given game they could also lose to a 7-5 Michigan team. So Notre Dame's in this, and you better believe that some of the Catholics exercise some demons tonight in Miami. I talked about it. I was there, that title game. The ghost of Lene Kakua floating around. They extinguished them tonight. Notre Dame this year won the Sugar Bowl and the Orange Bowl. I mean, did you have that in your bingo card at the start of the year? This is college football in 2025. And gosh darn it if it's not exciting and exhilarating. Enjoy the win, Irish fans. Have fun watching Ohio State and Texas tomorrow. And let's go to Atlanta. And let's give it a shot. I wouldn't doubt this team against anyone. All right, folks. Take care. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. As always, share this out to any other college football fans, Notre Dame fans that you think might be interested. Give a follow where you can. And stay tuned. Lots more to come. Take care.